time now is 6:07, and according to new data from the Texas Organ Sharing Alliance, Hispanics are 1/3 less likely than non-Hispanics to register as organ donors, despite the overwhelming number of people currently on the waiting list in South Texas. Edwina Garza is here to explain all about it. So good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Thanks so much for being with us. And you folks actually conducted a study very recently that had some very interesting results.
Right, yeah, we looked at the number of people that are on the transplant waiting list, their ethnicity, and also the percentage of people that are registered, and how many of our donors were actually registered donors. And we found that our Hispanic donors, and mostly of them of course are from the Valley, were not registered. And so we found that a lot of people in our community aren't registered, but of course we all know someone who's diabetic or somebody who has hypertension, and those are the two main culprits for kidney disease and the reason why people are on the transplant waiting list. So we found that while we have a huge need here in our community, we are willing to accept but not willing to give. So we're working to find different ways to go through those misconceptions and the myths to make sure everyone has the proper education when it comes to organ and tissue donation.
And what is one of the most needed organs that we see?
Kidney's got to be number one. We've got about 5,000 people in our service area waiting for transplants. About 4,000 of them are waiting for kidneys.
You told me earlier that there's about a need of 10,000 organs in the Texas area, but in the Hispanic culture, that's 5,000. So that's half of us that are in that list.
Yep, we make up half of that list. So we have a huge need, and so it's important for us to become donors. Some of our other studies show that whenever you have a recipient and a donor from the same ethnic background, you're more likely to have an enhanced success rate in your transplant. So we can accept organs from anybody of any ethnic background, but those studies show that you're going to have a better success rate if you're from the same background. So if we're willing to receive, it's more Hispanics are going to be getting those organs if we're willing to donate.
There's just a better chances of a match there, depending on your ethnicity. So that's something to keep in mind.
Right.
I mean, you never know when it's going to be your turn. And just let's quickly talk about two myths that are very predominant here in the Hispanic culture. One of them is that perhaps, the death talk. They don't want to talk about dying.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to talk about dying, but we're talking about life. Death has already occurred. Everyone has a sunrise and a sunset. So this is your chance to leave a legacy of life, to make something good out of a bad situation, and to give someone else that second chance. I know that a lot of us have family, and we would want to do anything in our power to help them if they needed it. And so I would think that if something were to happen to one of my loved ones, I would hope someone would step up for them. So for that reason, I'm an organ donor, because if I can help someone else, hopefully someone else in that chain will do that for the same for my family.
Absolutely. And if somebody wants more information, Edwina, who can they call and where can they go?
They can call us anytime. Our phone number is 956-630-0884, and to register online or to get any other questions answered, donatelifetexas.org.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate your time and your information.